Hello, my name's Mandy and this is my channel Make It Sew. So welcome back if you've watched me before, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. Today is week 3 of my December sewing adventures, and I can't believe I'm saying week 3 already. We've got 8 days till Christmas. It's Tuesday the 17th of December. I should know that because I opened my advent calendar earlier. And I'm just going to be talking to you about what I've been up to since I spoke to you last week. I've had lots of things going on. I don't know how I've managed it all, but I'm a bit tired today. Excuse me if my eyes are a bit tired looking, but it has been a busy week. So when I last spoke to you, it was last Tuesday, and I'd been to London with my lovely friend Claire. So on Wednesday I met some friends for coffee and breakfast, and then I met my lovely husband, Mr. Make It Sew, in Norwich for some Christmas shopping. And while we were there, one of our lovely fabric shops was shutting. To be honest, we've only really got one which is not quite in the city centre now, and John Lewis, who don't really do much fabric either. So it was quite sad to hear that they were also closing, and that was so creative. So while we were there, I said to my husband I wouldn't mind popping in and seeing what they had left for sale. So I ended up buying some very practical things, I have to say. I did buy some fabric, but it was for a project which I'll show you in a minute. And I bought some webbing. It's this gorgeous blue colour which I've never seen before, so I thought that would be nice for one of my future bag projects, because I'm really into bags at the moment. And then this is going to rustle, so I do apologise, but there's no need to explain why I got these ones. But these were all £1 a bag, so all these buttons, I got those ones, and I got some slightly smaller ones. I got some lovely mint green dotty ones, and then I bought these for my lovely friend Claire. She loves purple as well, because of course why wouldn't she? And she also likes sheep, and if you can hopefully see in the camera, there's sheep buttons in there as well. So I got those while I was there, and then we went to Pizza Express and had some lunch, and I'll put some pictures here so you can see what we had, because it was really nice. And then we did some more shopping and come home. So that was my Wednesday, and that went really quickly. So Thursday I was at work, so that's written off anyway. That's 12 hours of my day, so I didn't really get much sewing done. But I did manage during the week to make a couple of things, and I'll show you them in a bit, because the first one is to do with what I was doing on Friday. And that was going to the lovely sewing group at Walpole, and it was our Christmas party. So there was no sewing that day, but there was lots of fun. And I'm going to insert a little film here, and you'll get to see a few people that I regularly meet there, and the lovely Susie who runs the group. So I'll be back in a bit. The weather outside is frightful, but the party inside's delightful. Let's go. Hat adjustments. This is Susie, who runs our group at Walpole, and she can normally be found pottering around in the kitchen making us lots of drinks. So, how long have we been doing this?
3 years.
3 years in January?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, this month.
And I've been coming, what, about
two of them?
Two? Yeah, this is my second Christmas, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, we're having a party today, aren't we?
Yes, Christmas party.
Yep, lots of goodies to eat. We've got a raffle,
Yes,
got a Secret Santa. So
pass the parcel. Two pass the parcels this time. Yeah, pass the parcel.
Oh, is there a treat in every layer?
No, I got bored.
So I'm gonna film little bits and bobs so you can see what a lovely group this is, because I wouldn't go anywhere else.
No.
I can't say that because I'll offend a few other groups, so sorry. But yeah, I do
have to take that out.
I know.
Do you edit?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
But I might leave it in just for that, you know.
Well, we are the best group because it's run by a witch.
Talking about herself.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, I think we're done.
Yeah.
We're going to go and
join the sewing coven.
Yes. I'm going to have some more coffee because I overslept again. So part of our party we gave out a Secret Santa gift, and what happened was about a month ago we all got a chance to pick a name out of the hat and then make or buy that person a present. Now I haven't got the actual physical present because she's already got it, but I based it on this lovely mannequin pincushion, which was what Sam from Sewcial with Sam made me, and I loved it so much that I asked her where she got the pattern from, and I will put that in the description box below. It's from a channel called Pay It Forward. There's loads of different things on there. I did wonder how I'd get on because the seam was 4mm, and I did struggle a bit with the seams around the shoulders. So on my one she did end up slightly more slender but I really enjoyed making that, and the lady really loved the gift. So picture here for you to see the one that I made, and you'll see there's some polka dot mint green fabric there, which is a Macawa fabric, and that's what I also purchased when I went to the sewing shop in Norwich. So that was really good. And of course I also received a Secret Santa gift, so I'm going to show you what I got. So it's this lovely little zipped bag, which has got a nice purple zip on because they obviously know me that well, so that was lovely. But inside it I also received some items. So I got this hemline wrist pin cushion. Now I have got a pin cushion like this which is a flower, but on this one the base is actually hard, and I used to find with my other one I'd put pins in and I'd be pricking myself all over my wrist because if they went in at a certain angle they come out the bottom. So this one's a lot nicer because it's got this hard bottom on it. So I got that, and then of course no pin cushion is complete without pins, so they bought me some pins as well, all these gold ones, so I'm going to put them in there later. And one of the group, Sue, she's really lovely, and I always borrow this off her. So she hinted to the person buying my present that I might like one as well. And it's another hemline sewing accessory, and it's a point turner. But it's slightly different. It's got a bit more of a sharper point than the ones I've got. And it's also got a button shank gauge, which I haven't used, I must admit, but I think that will come in really handy. So I've done quite well, I thought. But oh no, I've forgotten one more thing. I got this gorgeous little tin. It's got this lovely vintage sewing machine on, and I really like that. So I have to think what I can store in there. Might be some little labels when I'm going on my sewing socials. That might be an idea, just to keep them in that tin so I don't have to take the whole lot. So you would have heard Susie and I talking, and we mentioned Pass the Parcel. Well, I actually won the first Pass the Parcel, and I was really chuffed because I do like vintage sewing things, and these are Simplicity vintage coasters. So there's 6 different sayings on these, 6 different pictures, and I really love those. So I'm going to put them in my sewing room, and they'll go with all my other little accessories that I've got. So I thought I did quite well, really. So that was Friday. So Saturday I was going to Lincoln. I'd mentioned that I was travelling up there, and what I did was I left quite late because I ran out of time to organise what I was going to be taking with me. And as usual, I did take more than I really needed for one sewing day. But I decided to travel up late Saturday morning, and I was going to be meeting Laura from So Very Laura. Michelle was meeting me later on, and she was getting a coach from Birmingham, which didn't get in until 6 o'clock. So I went to go and see Laura, and I took her fabric shopping to Boys in Lincoln. I was looking for the webbing to finish a tote pack. I'd shown you the webbing last week, I think. So I did manage to find some more, and I managed to get a few other items as well. So I'm going to put a little film in here. You might see Laura popping in and out on the film, and then I'll show you what I bought. I know I would have shown you Boys before, but last time I was on a fabric ban, so I didn't actually film the fabric range, so I hope that I showed you that quite well in the video. So the first thing I bought was this, and it's nice stretch fabric. It's a sweatshirting fabric, and it's got this gorgeous fur lining on the back, and hopefully I'm going to be doing some sort of collaboration with Laura with this one, because she did buy something similar but a different colour. So I just think this is such a gorgeous blue, tealy blue. I do like teal, and it just feels really soft. It's not the thickest thing I've bought that's fleece lined, but I do think that will be nice and comfortable. So that will be going in the washing machine. It was £12 a metre. It is quite wide as well, so just about to stretch my arms. That will be going in the washing machine and getting ready to prepare for a jumper that I've got in mind, but you'll have to wait and see for that one. And then I bought just some other little bits that are practical really. I was looking for some white felt, so they had, I was really impressed actually. Boys had a lot of Christmas colours. A lot of places I've found, I'll go in around this time of year and it's all gone. So I got a metre of white felt, and then they do these little squares, so I got just some red squares. I thought that's a gorgeous colour, and then some green squares. And it might have been influenced a bit by a tutorial that Sam did last week on one of her vlogmases, where she did a tea cup coaster. But I thought I might try and do some Christmas shapes on them with these colours, so we will see. As usual, I've got 8 days to do it and I'm working 3 of them, so we'll see what I can achieve in that time. And then all I did was buy some purple, funnily enough, twill, cotton twill, and I thought this would be a nice outer for another bag that I've got in mind. So that was what I bought fabric wise. And then practical wise, I bought myself this little pot. You can see it was only 89p, and I thought this would be a good thing if I label it with my Cricut and put scraps for me to take on my sewing socials, because you don't often get a bin and it's a bit of a pain keep having to pick it all up and put it in a bin later on. So I thought that might be handy to just put it all in here and then just empty it at the end of the day. And other than the webbing that I bought to go on the tote pack, I bought this gorgeous blue, cream and navy blue webbing. I think I bought 2 meters, I think it was, yeah, 2 meters for that one, because I thought that would be for some sort of crossover bag. And then I bought some silky bias binding in a red and a silver. In my head I've got this idea that I'd like to make some placemats, but I'll say for Christmas, but I can't tell you which year that'll be. So that was that, and then just some needles. So that was my purchases with Laura. So after that we went back to the hotel that I'd booked into, and Michelle arrived, and the hotel we were staying at unfortunately had an issue with food supplies because there'd been some sort of chemical leak in the warehouse where they get the food produced, so they had half the menu missing. So we ended up getting some fish and chips with Laura and stayed at where she was in a lovely village near Lincoln. Then it was Sunday. So Sunday was when we were all going to the Scothern Sewcial, and that is run by the lovely Emma, and I will put a picture of her on in a minute. And we had a lovely day. It was a special sewing day because we also were having an afternoon tea, and it was really lovely. It was really good value for money, and we couldn't eat it all. We had to take some back to the hotel. That's how much we got. I'll put some pictures in here anyway. I've also got a bit of film so you can see exactly where we go for it, but Emma holds it every month, and I have got some dates which I'm hoping to put a picture up to show you. But I managed, after taking about 4 projects, I decided I wanted to cut out something totally different, and that was another toaster sweater, because I knew that there was a massive cutting table at the hall and it would be so much easier to cut it out there than doing it at home. So you might remember my other toaster sweater. It was made with a lovely cream rope knit fabric, which is something I purchased from Fabrics by Penny on Facebook. You would have heard me mention her before. So it was this one. I will try and get my lovely husband to take a picture of me in it so you can see me wearing it as well. But it was a miracle I actually made it all at the Sewcial, because when you talk and try and do sewing, it doesn't always work. And so yes, I made some Mandy moment mistakes. The first one was one of my cuffs. I didn't fold it the right way, zoomed up with my overlocker, and then realised afterwards I hadn't done it, and I thought I'll just cut out another cuff, which is what I did. But then I managed to use the biggest piece, or the biggest pattern piece, which is the bottom band. When I put it together, I didn't do it right sides together like you're meant to, and I done it right side to wrong side, and I only realised once I'd finished sewing it all, and it took me an hour to unpick the overlocking threads. But I finished it, and that's the main thing. And I had to laugh at myself about it, because it just showed that I can't concentrate when I'm chatting to other people. So I will put a picture of me just here, and you'll see. Again, it's no adjustments to it. I make a straight size, extra large, and I don't have to lengthen anything. And I am actually thinking, surprise surprise, making another one, but I'm thinking of hacking the bottom cuff band, because it's so nice and long even on my arms. I'm going to think of doing, I've got a pattern somewhere which I'll share with you once I've done it, where you can have the hole for your thumb to come out, and I thought that might be nice, especially this time of year, to have some thumb cuffs on a jumper. So I have some fabric in mind that I've already got, so I don't need to buy it, and I will hopefully show you that soon. So that was the Scothern Sewcial, and it was lovely. But before I forget, I just want to say thank you again to Emma. She is such a thoughtful person. We had this little lucky dip in a stocking she brought round, and we all picked out these gifts and unwrapped them, and it was great because we all seemed to pick our colours, and I absolutely love this. I'm assuming it's a lip balm holder, but there's so many things you could put in it. But when you open it, there's another little surprise inside. And we got a couple of the Cozy Club Handmaids labels. So I've got You Look Amazing, and I got Happiness is Handmade, size just right. So that was a really thoughtful gift of Emma's. She just wanted to say thank you to us all for going. So it was really lovely. Thank you so much, Emma. And I am hoping to come to January, the January session. So fingers crossed. So that was Sunday. And then Monday, we said goodbye to Laura Sunday night after we'd gone for a lovely Indian meal. And Michelle decided to stay another night, and I think it was the lure of going to the fabric shop because she hadn't been able to go on Saturday. So I thought I didn't need to rush off. My parking was paid all day, so I took her back to Boys. But I only bought one thing, and that's sewing related, and I can't show you because it is for somebody who's got a birthday early next year, and it had to be bought, and when they see it you'll see why. But that's all I bought that was fabric. The rest of the things were little bits and bobs for Christmas, so it was lovely, and Michelle will show you what she purchased on her channel. Obviously it's Michelle the Menopausal Sewer. I don't think I've actually said that, and it was Laura from So Very Laura, so sorry about that, girls. So after that I travelled home, and then this morning, Tuesday, I attended a virtual sewing room session, and I got the webbing I purchased from Boys and finished my friend's tote pack. So I've put this lovely little label on there that says handmade with love, and you've got all your rainbow accessories. Because I ran out of webbing, I did put a little bit of red webbing where the D-rings go, but I don't think that ruins it. And then inside, I mean, I love this. I used this lovely navy blue cotton, which is cosmic. I've had it for a long while. I absolutely love it. And then if I can show you it properly, I'll put some pictures. If not, look at that zip. I absolutely love it. every single tote pack I've made, I've put one of these pockets in as an addition, because I think it just really, I like putting things that I want to keep secure in there. And then on top you've got the rainbow zip as well. It's for one of my lovely friends. At the moment she's having to walk with crutches, so I thought this would make her life a lot easier when she's going to work, because she can put it on her back and not have to worry about holding it. But then obviously when she's better, she can use it as a tote bag as well. So that was my makes. So lastly really is what I'm going to be up to for the next 7 days. Obviously Christmas is looming on us, and I never seem to get as much done as I want to. I'm sure you all feel like that it just suddenly seems to appear before us and we've got no time to do anything. I'm very lucky that my husband and daughter cook Christmas dinner, but I do obviously help in other ways. I don't come in my sewing room on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve this year. I'm not going to be sewing a dressing gown like I was last year on Christmas Eve and then stressing out. It just isn't worth it. But I am going to be attending a virtual sewing room Christmas party tonight, which is why I've got my gold glitzy jumper on ready, and I'm at work tomorrow. I'm actually finishing the role that I've been doing since April tomorrow, and then just going back to my clinical shifts, so I will have a little bit more time at home, and then I will be finishing my clinical shifts on Saturday night overnight, and I'm off then till Boxing Day, so it gives me a few days at home with the family. On Thursday I am going to be in. I have an appointment during the day with somebody, which you'll find out about at a later date, and then I will be hosting, which was going to be the last virtual sewing room of this year, or before Christmas anyway, but after a chat with Jenny I am actually going to be hosting an extra session as well on Monday, so that other people like me who still have sewing to do can join in and have a bit of company at the same time. My husband's in construction, so they shut the site for 2 weeks, so I can get him to do all the jobs that never get done otherwise. So if you can find some time to sew before Christmas, make it so. Thank you for watching. Bye.